sung by musical artist Linda Lynn. Welcome, everyone, to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. This game marks the end of this stretch at home for the Suns. Back on the road tomorrow. This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year. And not only a 1-1 split series between these two teams last year, guys, but both wins were on the road. So home court advantage wasn't that big an advantage.
Yeah, interconference matchup. Two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, when Devin Booker's father finished his playing career in Europe.
And that kind of toughness is crucial to have at a young age. Thanks, DA. And both of these teams, Clark, thrive in the open floor. So with that being said, what makes these teams so good on the break?
Well, you're right, Kevin. They do thrive in the open court. Excellent transition team because they push the ball and they really have a conscious effort to run the floor at every opportunity. That's what makes fast break teams hard to beat, is because they're running all the time. And that doesn't give your defense a lot of time to set up.
And it's the Suns to start out. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Flash out there with Victor Oladipo. Then there's Bottoms. Then there's Big Dog. And it's Reese in at the 3 spot. Here's Payton. Off target with his 3. And for the Pacers, they come in off a great outing against Cleveland.
And that was not an easy game for them. I mean, they barely hung on at the end of regulation before they were able to pull it out in overtime.
And it could turn out to be one of their biggest wins of the season. I mean, just because of the way they came through when it mattered most. That's clutch play that could serve them well going forward.
Pass to Big Dog. Here's Flash. Shot clock at 3. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Warren. Off the inbound pass. And it's Prez getting it to go.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
Payton outside to the left side wing. Here's Len, and the dunk by Len.
Boy, you gotta love the unselfish play of Bender. When he sees a teammate wide open, he doesn't hesitate at all to whip the ball over to him.
Here's Flash, covered by Payton. Reese the pass to Reed. Shoots over Len. No good off the back of the rim.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range. Extended out nicely and definitely bothered the shot.
No coverage that time. Bender's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Prez kicks to Oladipo. Feeds to Prez. Big Dog, the pass to Reed. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Warren on the wing. 14 points from him the last game against Houston. Booker dishes to Bender. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. Big Dog. That's tipped.
And shooters have to be more cognizant when Bender's around. I mean, he's skilled at blocking shots, and he's got the reach to make it happen.
From outside the arc, good. A nice assist from Booker. Bender's got 6.
The shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
Here's Flash, covered by Payton. And the pass to Reese. Here's Flash. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Offensively, 1 of 4 to start. They're still trying to find their stroke.
Payton drives in. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pacers trail by 8. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Pass to Big Dog. He dishes it to Prez. Pass to Big Dog. Here's Flash. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Here's Flash. Indiana again missing. Here's the Suns with the ball. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Len. Baden outside. He kicks it to Warren. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Warren's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Suns.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Here's Flash looking for his first basket still in this one. From deep three-point range, that shot off the mark.
Just testing out the cannon on that misfire.
That certainly was a deep one. I mean, maybe move in a little bit next time. There's no such thing as a 4-point line. And the Pacers really have been one of the more consistent franchises in the NBA over the last 15 years or so. They've not won fewer than 32 games or drafted higher than 10th since 1989. That's a pretty impressive run of consistency.
Len, a screen. Steps back and shoots. Got a piece of it. Frez with the ball. A 38-point game for him in the win against Cleveland.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana. And the Pacers always find a way to hold their own, but still searching for that first NBA championship.
Yeah, you know, it's tough for every team, but in a smaller market, they don't feel they can afford to totally tear down the roster with a full rebuild. Indianapolis, as great a city as it is, not a free agent destination, so that makes it tough to build the title contender. You have to do it primarily through the draft and smart acquisitions.
The numbers for Bottoms, averaging 13 points per game, almost 2.5 steals and 7 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
Kicks to Bender. Len sets a screen for Bender, but they get it back. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
Shooting 2.
Good from Len. And during this part of the season, a lot of lengthy road trips can be found for teams in the league. Clark, I would assume it's maybe sometimes hard to play at your best when you've been on the road for a long time.
Oh, there's no question about it. I mean, there's a galvanizing aspect to being on the road because it's just you and your teammates against the opponent. But when you're out on the road for a long time, things can get a little stale. You can become a little distracted. So it becomes very difficult, particularly for young teams, to work through the grind and adversity of being on the road. Veteran guys are used to it, but the young fellas often struggle with that.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
He's off on the first.
Well, you know what this Suns team wants to do when they go up against you? They are looking to get out in the open floor and get easy baskets off transition. One of the best teams in the league when it comes to capitalizing on the break.
Oladipo's become a very efficient combo guard, somebody who can score the ball at a high clip as well as get the ball to open teammates when necessary.
And here are the Suns now. Really controlling it now with an 18-2 run here. And in general, this Suns team looks to push the tempo, Greg, and play at a very high pace whenever they can.
You know, if you look over the history of the franchise, they've always been at their best when they played that style. The Suns and that running gun mentality just seem to go hand in hand. And I think also it happens to work well with the athletes that are presently on this roster.
And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Payton's got his second basket of the night.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
And the basket is good. Brez has got his second basket of the game.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't back down from anybody, Greg. Effective at getting the room he wants and then gets his shot off in time.
Payton's shot is off.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't tee him up. On the perimeter.
Now the feed to Warren. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. And it's 6 points for T.J. Warren.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far. Tell you what, guys, his size really comes into play when there's a rebound battle going on. He's got an advantage in there.
That's his first personal foul.
Suns leading by 16. Payton outside. Over in the corner, Bender. There's the three. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. The Pacers making a switch here. Collison's out there.
Darren Collison.
Now here's Payton. He's coming off a 10-point game against Houston.
And even while he was piling up all those points, he still found a way to create chances for his teammates. The assists just kept on coming.
Now Prez dishes it to Oladipo. Again, Oladipo missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Booker in the corner. No good on the three.
There's some deep hits for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
It's tipped in the corner. Collison with it. It's taken away by Payton. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Victor Oladipo.
You know, one of the things that jumps out at you immediately when you look at he's a 6'4" point guard who knows how to use his body and skill set to his advantage.
And the Suns making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Pacers trail by 21. Oladipo for three. And it's Oladipo again missing.
He's been terrible. Absolutely awful. I mean, can't get it going. His shot isn't there right now. He's got to help him some other ways.
Reese the pass to Reed. Rejected by Len. Outside Jackson. The dish to Payton. From 12 feet out. Got a hand on it. To the middle. And stolen by Payton. Booker in the corner. From outside, off the mark.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Collison against Payton. There's a screen. There's the lob to Jackson. One kick kicks to Booker. They shoot again, and he lays it up and in. Booker's got his first points of the game.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
And those putback baskets contributing to their lead, Greg.
Here's Jackson. Jackson can't get that one to fall. They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
I don't care what anybody says. You can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you got to make some changes.
And Nate McMillan, formerly an assistant in Indiana, now the head coach. Do you think it's tough to succeed another head coach that, Clark, you work under?
I imagine there would be some awkwardness there, but in his case, it wasn't a mid-season transition. It was at the end of a season, so that certainly helps. Frank Vogel simply wasn't re-signed, was not fired, was not replaced, just wasn't re-signed. And I think all of that made it a little easier for Nate.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
Turner's checked in for Bottoms. Leaf comes in for Big Dog. The Great Ones checked in for Prez. Lance Stevenson subbed in for Oladipo. We've got 1:13 left to play here in the first. The pass to Kaner Medley. Lets the three fly. And Jackson with the block.
You know, one of the things Jackson is well known for is his defense. I mean, he's athletic. He's got good timing. And he really relishes playing defense. And his length is actually very helpful as well.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
A chance here, Kevin, to take a look at the Suns and how they rank in the NBA right now.
And going back to their fast break numbers, their athleticism enables them to play that breakneck speed. But it takes discipline as well to keep the pedal on the metal, and that sets them apart.
Here's Bender. Goes back up. And the layup. by Jackson. Jackson's got his second basket of the night.
You know, it's going to be tough to win when you give the other team second and third opportunities to score the ball.
At some point, guys, it comes down to pride. Start banging on your chest and get after it from your heart. I mean, you've got to at least offer some resistance. You can't just let guys do what they want in there.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Peyton with the ball, picked up by Collison. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. And that's his first foul of the game. In the bonus, we'll go to the free throw line. Phoenix shooting their sixth, and free throws in the game.
And doing a good job getting to the line and capitalizing.
Exactly. I mean, that's what's helped them build this early lead.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And Turner kicks to Collison. Medley passes to Collison. Here's Leaf. And Indiana, another three.
Now, you know, how do you guard that, Kevin? A big guy with a nice touch from outside. I mean, that's really hard to match up against.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Suns, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second chance points.
And we know energy and effort go hand in hand, and they won't be denied playing with a bunch of energy, easily coming up with those offensive rebounds, too.
And Indiana shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Pacers, we've got Lance Stevenson. Turner is out there with Leaf. Then there's the great one, and it's Collison in at the one spot. Pacers trail by 21. And Paul George traded away by the Pacers over the summer, a move they didn't want to make, but the writing was on the wall.
You know what? It's always hard, Kevin, to lose a superstar player, but the Pacers had really been unable to create a contender around Paul George, and therefore they had to trade him because they didn't think he was going to sign. As a matter of fact, he clearly stated he would not re-sign at the end of his contract with the Pacers. So traded to OKC, and Paul George still intrigued by the possibility of maybe playing for his hometown Lakers at the end of his contract.
And that's good stuff from him. Nice touch.
Jackson in the corner. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Indiana's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. That one from long range. 6 points for the great one.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Hits it from three-point range.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Chandler dishes to Ulis, floats it up for Williams. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Kaner Medley. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And here's Daniels. Last game out, he had 14. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
2 shots, gentlemen.
Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for Phoenix.
It really struck a nice balance between long-range shooting and also attacking the rim. That keeps the defense off balance and keeps things flowing offensively.
Clark, we know how big a Ohio State fan, I'm sorry, the Ohio State University fan that you are. Who is on your list for best players in the NBA coming out of the Big Ten?
Partner, you know me well because I was going to go right at you to correct you on that. It is the Ohio State University, as you indicated. Well, right now, probably have to go with Mike Conley. He's been superb throughout his career, particularly the last 4 or 5 years in terms of outstanding Big Ten players. Draymond Green, how can you not mention him? Double-time NBA champion. And then Oladipo out of IU, another guy that might be worthy of consideration there.
Here's Turner. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Turner's got his first basket.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but looks like they're putting it together right now.
And so the ball out of bounds. Collison touched it last. Ulis kicks to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Here's Daniels. They get the rebound. Here's Chandler.
Well, you look at Turner's body. He's got a wily, muscular frame that he makes good use of. I mean, his defense and the way he contests shots is remarkable.
The Suns have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. And he makes the first.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
Big Dog, he's checked in for Indiana. Prez comes in for Lance Stevenson. Pacers trail by 17. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Indiana moving it around. Turner with the screen. Reese the pass to Kaner Medley. And Jackson with the block.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Prez dishes to Collison. Here's Big Dog. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 4 assists now tonight. Now, here's Ulis. He's covered by Collison. It's deflected. Here's the great one. 9 points in the game so far. And the Pacers another 3.
And Collison, I think, is at his best when he's shooting the ball from a set position. More of a set shooter than a guy who shoots it well on the move.
There's the pick. Now, here's Ulis. He's tightly guarded. The Suns need to get a shot off. Jackson misses. Pacers trail by 11. Passes it to Big Dog. From deep three-point range, and the Pacers another 3.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Greg, that's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Inside, Turner with the steal. Prez with the ball. Now guarded by Ulis. And Indiana, another 3.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
In the corner, Daniels. Phoenix, no good that time either.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
Ulis with it, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Jackson. Got a hand on it. They retain possession. Jackson setting the pick here for Ulis. Here's the great one. Pass to Prez. Three-pointer. And Indiana, another three.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that one got away from them, because for long stretches they were the better team.
Well, if you only looked at the stat sheet, how they lost it. I mean, it was a case of a few small things, some of the intangibles that didn't go their way in the end.
Comes in for Jackson, and Knight subbed in for Tyler Ulis. Collison against Knight. He feeds it to Warren. Chandler with a screen for Warren. Trying to get back on track. No good that time. Good work defensively by Turner.
And when you see T.J. Warren on the court, I just love his activity. I mean, he's always cutting and moving without the basketball. Very adept at finding those openings on the floor.
Chandler a screen. Here's Warren. And the Suns miss again.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
I agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that.
Big Dog sinks the three-pointer. And it's a three-point Indiana lead. And Warren last season had his year interrupted by injury, cooled off after the fast start. But Greg, he will always play with that activity.
Yeah, and he's so good at switching directions on a defender. Seemingly simple moves help him create great space both with and without the ball.
Clock is at 3, and it's sent back by Turner.
What timing from Turner. That's a big part of blocking shots. Reading the shooter and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse.
Booker, he's checked in for Phoenix. Here's Williams, and it's blocked. Now here's Collison. 9 points in the game so far. Indiana moving the ball around. Prez with the ball. Now guarded by Booker. Big Dog. Pass to Kaner Medley. For the three. It's deflected, but they recover it. Big Dog. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. Suns trail by 3. Knight in the corner. Back to Warren. Feeds to Booker. Phoenix, no good that time either. Pacers leading by 3. Here's the great one. 14 points for him. Reese the best, the big guy. He dishes it to Collison. Kicks it to Prez. Shoots the 3. Lets it go with the 3. Now Warren. He's got 6. Chandler kicks to Warren. Chandler a screen. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
There's Big Dog. 37 points in the win against Cleveland.
And then how about the block shots, guys? I mean, just overpowering on the defensive side. Really, he was the intimidator.
From deep. Oh, my. How did he hit that shot?
I don't believe what I just saw right there.
Timeout.
Start it.
And the Suns call time. Clark, you know we like to reach out to the fans and have them send in questions, so I've got one right now. Here's Alex in Ohio, of all places. He asks, what sport other than basketball are you best at?
I specialized early, Alex. I was a decent athlete, had good hands, could catch and throw a football pretty well, but didn't like the contact there. Right now, I'm actually just a good workout guy, and I'm trying to become a better than average golfer.
And up and down this Suns roster, there is a ton of youth. One of the younger teams in our league last season, and that was weighted, put Tyson Chandler's age. A lot of young players looking to make their mark here in the NBA.
Lenz checked in for Chandler, and it's Bender in for Williams. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Al Jefferson, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Leaf comes in for Big Dog. Bogdanovich is checked in for Fred, and Flash is subbed in for Darren Collison. Knight kicks to Booker. Over in the corner, Bender. They grab their own miss. Warren on the wing. To halt the run, here's Len. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Len's got 8.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, it's finishing your defense, Greg. We know that. You can defend, then you got to rebound the miss, and you got to get to the glass with intensity.
Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pacers?
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Flash. It's hauled in by Warren.
And if you want to drive your coach crazy, this is a good place to start.
Really, exactly. I mean, in what world is that a good shot? You tell me. I mean, he's got to feel bad and embarrassed about that one. No reason to take that shot.
56 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Flash. A 14-point game for him in the win against Cleveland.
But it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. He also got 3 steals in that game.
4 on the clock. .30 seconds left now here in the second. And there's the pass to Kaner Medley. Here's Flash. He's covered by Warren. And the Pacers can't get it to go. And it's Phoenix's ball. They've got an 8-0 run. Outside Knight. Glenn, a screen. Booker, right side, over Bogdanovich. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovich.
Shooting for Phoenix, Devin Booker at the line for 2.
And he's good on the second. 5 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Flash. The shot comes out. And so it's a close game as we wrap up. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. We have an exhilarated home crowd joining us for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Jack. Dragan Bender was on fire in the first half. He ended up with 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. In their previous game, he had a performance he said he wanted to put behind him quickly. And so far, he's doing just that with the nice first half he had here. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
Well, they've been rewarded for dumping the ball inside, keeping the defense honest. You have to mix it up. A little bit outside, a little bit inside. Now that separates teams.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
They did some good things, but not enough. They need to start being more assertive. Go harder to the rim. Generate some free throw opportunities at the very least. Do something.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
The streets around this beautiful arena in downtown Phoenix, the home of the Suns. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. We're seeing a tremendous game from Dragan Bender.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was dynamite from beyond.
Greg, simply spectacular. I mean, the defense just hasn't been able to find an answer for his outside shot.
Pacers trail by 3. Booker and Warren on the perimeter. Bender out there with Alex Len, and it's Payton in at the point guard. And that's the group for Jay Triano as we begin the second half. Here's Kaner Medley. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. The great one's got the game tied up here for Indiana.
Guys, he's one of the main reasons this game is tied up. I mean, he's done his part to keep them in it.
Booker with no one around. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got his 5th assist in this one. Indiana moving the ball around. Here's Kaner Medley. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
Yeah, you know what? The defense can't keep giving him these looks. I mean, he looks really comfortable shooting from these spots on the floor.
Hands it from downtown. And that's now 18 points for Dragan Bender.
And you look at Bender, and clearly he's physically imposing down low, but he also can stretch the floor with his perimeter shooting.
Here's Reed. Len with the block. Payton outside. Len a screen. Payton kicks to Warren. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And now a 5-point Suns lead. And that one is hammered home.
Hey, guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kevin, there. I mean, I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine. Even if he'd have missed it, I don't mind him taking a chance to spruce it.
And we take a look here at the shot chart for the Pacers.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
Len a screen. Over in the corner, Bender. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Bender's got 21.
Nice start to the second half. Just one miss in their first 5 attempts.
And stolen by Booker. Puts up a 3. That one misses. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That will be their second of this 5-game road trip. Rejected by Len. And he's able to get it back.
Come get it.
Here's Reed. Hits it from 3-point range. Bottoms got himself on the board with 3 there.
And scoring the ball comes easily and naturally to him. He's a versatile player at the offensive end.
Len kicks to Bender. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Reed.
Well, I tell you what, they've got to be fuming. I mean, they were way too late in contesting that layup.
Booker dishes to Len. Swiped away. Here's Bottoms, guarded by Len. Here's Reed. And Indiana, another 3.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Payton passes to Warren. Back to Payton. He kicks it to Warren. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Warren's got 4 points this quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual attempt.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. It's really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Jackson, he's checked in for T.J. Warren. For Phoenix, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. To the right side. Here's Bender. One kick kicks to Payton. Back to Len. Down low. Booker. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Booker's got 8 points.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
And the Pacers have lived on mid-range jump shots for sure.
Yeah, they've got guys who can make them now. I mean, nevertheless, the way the league's going, it's hard to score at an elite level without getting more threes and baskets at the rim. I mean, it's pretty clear that threes and paint points are how you survive and do well in the league.
And Indiana, another 3. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Indiana.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit. When you look at it, I think he rushed that 3 a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
Big Dog, the pass to Reed. Here's Big Dog out to the right wing. No one near press as he lets it go. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's Bender. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Jackson kicks to Payton. There's the feed to Bender. Phoenix, no good that time either.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Reese. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Booker, and the dunk by Booker.
And if that doesn't get too fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg just with the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for. Boy, he's dangerous right now. He feels like he's making every shot he puts up.
Payton dishes to Land. Back to Payton. From the stripe. Land soft on the front of the rim and drops. Payton's got 10 points.
Boy, sweet J from Payton. The defense can't afford to leave him open there.
Passes it to Flash. Dishes it to Prez. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Suns. Land's got rebound number 12 already in the game. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for the Suns. Williams comes in for Bender. Pacers leading by 6. And here comes the break. From the stripe. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. 8 points for Josh Jackson.
Yeah, good quick thinking that time from Jackson. Always on the lookout for steals.
And if you want to drive your coach crazy, this is a good place to start.
Really, exactly. I mean, in what world is that a good shot? You tell me. I mean, he's got to feel bad and embarrassed about that one. No reason to take that shot.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Reese. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Clark, you've seen so many college and NBA games. What skill or mindset do you see as the best predictor for when a college player is going to be an NBA star?
Well, it's hard to predict stardom, but clearly things that transfer from a skill standpoint from college to the NBA, at least historically, have been the ability to rebound at a high rate. That seems to always make its way from college to the pro game. And then the proficiency of your skill set in terms of ball handling, shooting, and then I would say at the point guard position, the ability to run a team usually transfers. When you can get other people's shots and understand flow and time and score and situations, that doesn't leave you from the college to the pro game.
And here is Payton. He's got 10. And it's blocked. Here's Big Dog. He's guarded by Williams. Outside Jackson. The dish to Booker. Back to Jackson. Chandler a screen. Trying his luck deep. And with that shot, the Indiana lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Jackson.
Well, you got to keep your eye on Jackson. You got to stay with him. I mean, especially when the screen comes. I mean, he's an effective pull-up jump shooter.
Back to Payton. Outside Jackson. Williams kicks to Payton. From outside, off the mark. Pacers leading by 4. Reese from beyond the arc and then some. Prez has got 14 points here in the second half.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Pass to Chandler. Payton kicks to Williams. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. And it's 6 points for Williams.
Boy, I love the way Payton is always looking to swing the ball. I mean, he's constantly on the lookout for the ball reversal to help an open teammate get a shot.
Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession.
A moment here to see some numbers for Payton. His last 10 games, 5th in steals, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation. He feeds it to Booker. Jackson setting the pick here for Booker. Over Prez. Prez with the rebound. Prez has got his 6th rebound on the night, but they'll get another chance. Tries again. Pass to Kaner Medley. There's the 3. That's down the hatch. Notch one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Yeah, and Greg, you know the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
Here's Jackson with the 3, and the rebound goes to the Pacers. Big Dog's got 14, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow.
And how about the basketball IQ of Chandler? Just knows exactly when to sky and commit to blocking shots.
Williams a screen. Puts it up from 12. Out that one. The Indiana lead has been cut down now to just 6, and the basket from Jackson.
They are just on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Eulis, he's checked in for Payton. Chandler kicks to Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
50 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And here's Booker from the arc. And that comes off the assist by Eulis. Booker's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Phoenix. The pass to Big Dog. Here's the 3, and the Pacers another 3.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the defense hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
Warren's checked in for Phoenix. Now, here's Ulis. Defense is right there. Jackson setting the pick here for Booker. Pacers with the rebound.
Boy, incredible effort on defense. Refusing to give him an uncontested layup. Nothing easy.
Frez with the ball. 24 points for him. Passes to Big Dog. That's tipped and stolen by Booker. Lets it go from deep. Off target. And so it's the Indiana Pacers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And the three-point shot has been big for them. We'll return shortly. Three quarters in the books, folks. Glad to have you with us. Welcome back as we get going. Suns trail by 7. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. We've got Collison. Sabonis is out there with the great one. That's Lance Stevenson. And it's Reed in at the 5 patrolling the paint.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Collison. Come on. And the Pacers another 3.
DC accurate from long range when he gets a clean look. He's lights out.
Now, here's Ulis. He's covered by Collison. Tipped away. And so the ball out of bounds. Collison touched it last. He's tracked in for the Pacers. Sun shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Poked away. It's stolen by Oladipo.
Watch out below. Come on now. Woo. Throw it down.
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down. Oladipo's gone 3 for 7 tonight. Ulis kicks to Booker. Feeds it to Chandler. Back to Booker. Out to Chandler. 5 to shoot. They set the screen. And here's Warren for 3, and it's denied. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. The Suns making a switch here. Len's checked in. Pacers leading by 10. Final quarter of play. About a minute and a half off the clock into it.
Oh, wow. Bringing the heat, the thunder, and the lightning on that pound.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that guy.
And how about the fast hands and then getting right out in transition?
Well, turning defense into offense, Greg. Outstanding effort there. Swiped it away with ease, and off they went.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And when you give Oladipo a running start, he's going to torch you, plain and simple.
Got a piece of it. And now Oladipo pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
And the Suns call time. Without question, the great one displaying his skills today.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
Comes in for Jackson, and it's Brandon Knight in for Tyler Ulis. Indiana also making some changes. Big Dog comes in for Sabonis, and Flash is subbed in for Lance Stevenson. And another fast break chance here for the Pacers. Here we go. And finished off by Oladipo.
And Oladipo really clever at how he leaks out. I mean, seeing the court extremely well and creating an easy opportunity for himself thanks to that speed and recognition.
Knight kicks to Warren. Kaner Medley. It's offline from half court.
And if you want to drive your coach crazy, this is a good place to start.
Really, exactly. I mean, in what world is that a good shot? You tell me. I mean, he's got to feel bad and embarrassed about that one. No reason to take that shot.
Suns trail by 20. Knight kicks to Bender. And the NBA has tinkered with the All-Star voting in recent years. Fans no longer get 100% of the say for the starters. Mark, how do you feel about that change?
I like it. I mean, again, the fans desire to be involved and should have an opportunity to be engaged in the voting because they're so important to the success and popularity of the league. So I like the fans having a piece of the voting. 100% is far too much. So I think the fact that you've got it weighted between fans and those who follow the league closely, along with coaches, is about the right blend to me.
Oladipo for three. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Knight against Oladipo. Shot to stop the drought. And there's Booker on the assist by Warren. Warren's got 3 assists tonight.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
And Flash gets it to go.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
And knocking down a bunch of them, too. Outstanding shooting in this fourth quarter.
Oladipo with the double team. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Some nice passing here by Indiana. And Flash gets it to go.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
Stolen away. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Poked away. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession. So for the Suns, Marquise Chris, he's checked in for Dragan Bender. Dudley comes in for Warren. And it's Troy Daniels in for Booker. The 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Knocked away. Chris past the Len. Now the Pacers moving it up. Here's Reed. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
And now Oladipo pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Surprisingly high vertical for Oladipo. I mean, if you don't get out of his way, he'll put you in a poster.
Sun shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. And here's the fast break. Oladipo leading the way. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
And aggressive defense causing the mistake, then cashing in.
Yeah, that's a momentum changer for sure. You got to like the steal and the finish at the other end. That's the thing, paying that steal off with the finish.
Pass to Flash. And Clark, when you played, the NBA was still mostly American players. Now the game is truly global with players from all over the world. How do you think that has changed the NBA?
Well, I think it's enhanced the NBA's product on the floor because, again, you're getting the best players in the world that are competing in the NBA with the international influx. I think it's added to the global popularity of the league without question. The NBA is clear in that we're going far and wide across the globe to find the best players to play in the best league in the world, and I think that's healthy and good.
Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession.
Phoenix ball.
Alan Williams is checked in for the Suns. And the Pacers also making a change. Prez is checked in for Victor Oladipo. Pass to Chris. Outside Knight. Knocks it loose. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. On defense, the Pacers. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Clock at 6. Shot to stop the run, but they recover it.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard, gets them another possession, and allows them to run even more clock.
Now here's Prez. He's guarded by Knight. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And the NBA has a concerted effort to lower the amount of back-to-back games for the players. Clark, should they stretch out the season even further?
No, the ideal solution, Kevin, would be to reduce the number of games, to cut a month off the season. That would be the way to get to where we need to get to. The season should be 66 to 70 games. It should be spaced out over a 6-month period. And if you cut 12 to 16 games, then you would be able to actually get fewer number of back-to-back. Stretching the season out longer, to me, is not the answer. Reducing the number of games would be the best way to get to the solution. But that toothpaste is out of the tube, and I don't know if we can ever get it back in.
Agreed. He dishes it to Williams. It's stolen by Prez. From deep. They grab their own miss. The Pacers getting another chance here. From deep 3-point range. And there's the pass to Kaner Medley. Now here's Prez. He's covered closely. From deep 3-point range, the long distance 3 is buried. Prez has got 29.
Just flying up and down the court. 9 straight in transition.
Running them right out of the gym, Greg. I mean, the defense looks like they're ready for a break.
Pick by Williams. There's the screen. It's stolen by Prez. And again, Indiana running the floor. They get it back. Here's Big Dog. Off the pick, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Jared Dudley.
Tyson Chandler.
Phoenix has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Ball's knocked loose. Chandler dishes to Knight. Well, Clark, the idea of player loyalty has been a topic the last few years. From your view, do you think players have an obligation to stick with the team that drafted them if they can?
I'd like to see that happen, Kevin. I'm a bit of a traditionalist, and personally, I think it's cool to see guys hang with the team that drafted them as long as they can move forward towards their aspirations and goals individually and as a team. I also never begrudge players that after a time decide they'd like to explore a different opportunity with a different team for whatever the reasons might be that drive that. But traditionally and personally, I like to see players be one-team players if all of the circumstances that lend itself to that being productive are in place.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Prez brings the double team. From deep, that one doesn't go. The Pacers shooting an outstanding 53% for the game.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Pacers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Prez.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And the Suns making a change here. Dudley's checked in. Reed, and the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exit.
And, Greg, you know how hard it is to win on the road, but they seem to have this one firmly in control and have been very impressive today.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Cans it from downtown.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
Here's Knight. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
Phoenix ball.
16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now Daniels. To the paint. Out of bounds, Indiana. Takes possession.
Careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Collison. No good there. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much.